Hi, my name is Alan Bolar. I'm professor of political science at Bakersfield College, and I'd like to talk a little bit about John Lewis, the lawgiver. Of course, John Lewis is well known from the American Civil Rights Movement through his speaking, his role in SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, sit-ins, freedom rides, voter registration drives, and other important field-driven activism that changed American government and society from the outside. But John Lewis didn't stay on the outside. Instead, he joined the American government and became a lawgiver himself. In the late 70s, he was appointed by President Jimmy Carter to direct more than 250,000 volunteers for Action, a federal volunteer agency. 4 years later, he decided to run and was elected to the Atlanta City Council. There, he advocated for ethics in government and the preservation of neighborhoods. In the 1980s, the late 1980s, he decided to run and was elected to represent Georgia's 5th District in the United States House of Representatives. He maintained an overwhelmingly high level of support from his district, always winning re-election with overwhelming margins and often running completely unopposed. He also became increasingly popular with his party and Congress as a whole, eventually rising to a position of leadership. It was a position from which he could champion causes that were important to him, causes like human rights, civil rights, as well as the conservation of nature and of American memory, things that were important to building what he called the beloved community. Representative Lewis sponsored legislation to preserve and maintain the national memory about especially the American Civil Rights era, through historical parks and national trails, including the Selma to Montgomery National Historic Trail, which includes the famous Edmund Pettus Bridge, the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Park Act, and the Emmett Till Unsolved Civil Rights Crimes Reauthorization Act, as well as, perhaps most famously, the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C., which is part of our Smithsonian system. Representative Lewis was also a great preserver of natural spaces, winning acclaim from national environmental groups. Even now, his legacy continues to be written as Representative Lewis's Great American Outdoors Act, which has been called a once-in-a-generation conservation program that will protect our wild spaces and bring more parks to our neighborhoods, waits to be signed by the president to become law. A more perfect union, that great goal that our system is oriented towards, does not make itself a reality. It relies on a national essence that we expound together. It relies on us. It depends upon people like Representative John Lewis, the conscience of the Congress, who helped to orient our moral compass, and as a lawgiver who helped to steer the ship of state through difficult seas into new and fairer waters. Death has stolen a powerful captain from us, but his life brought us aid that will long endure in our natural spaces, our necessary values, and our national memory.